But what about the future of Ryan Miller? With a year to go on his deal, lots of talk about, the Canucks should trade him. Again, he holds the cards with the no trade. We know that he's worked his entire career to get to the West Coast. His wife working in Los Angeles, the baby down there as well. That complicates matters on a number of levels. Do you anticipate that Ryan Miller plays out his final year of his contract here with the Vancouver Canucks, or do you see him moving on at some point, whether it's this draft or at the trade deadline?
Yeah, he might be easier to move at the draft. I just don't think teams are acquiring goaltenders at the trade deadline. I mean, Miller, and of course his own situation going from Buffalo to St. Louis and how it just fizzled out in the playoffs. I think people have long memories when it comes to that. You might be able to move him at the draft, but then what do you do with your goaltending? I mean, it's almost like you're going to have to go get somebody else. It's almost like, who can we get to, like a bridge goaltender to help us through here until Markstrom becomes a bona fide everyday starter and Demko's ready to be his backup. I don't think he's happy about any of this, but I do think he's going to play out his contract here, because the one thing we haven't heard is from ownership is you got to get rid of a goalie. I mean, we remember Luongo and Schneider. My gosh, 9.3 cap combined, 2 guys. You got to move one of them. And then we know the whole Eddie Lack situation was different because there were people within the organization who I don't think they liked Eddie Lack's, in their eyes, lack of professionalism, kind of too happy, too go-lucky. But, you could have had Markstrom and Lack here. I mean, that situation could have played itself out and we wouldn't be having the conversation. But I think Ryan Miller isn't excited about what's happening right now. But I think he understands the big picture. He's being paid very well to help get this team through a tough stretch, and he's got to own up to that.